What's going on YouTube? This is Andre Classic Cuts coming at y'all with another video. This one is specifically going to be over the Andis GTX Outliners, one of the coldest trimmers in the game. You know, they say that. I like the wall heroes. Y'all already know how I get down. But anyways, I'm pretty much get into a video how to replace the blade in general. Like, they pretty much will snap easily if you end up dropping them, or you just put them up into the case the wrong way. What happened to me is actually I got my stuff shipped from Cali back to Texas, and I seen that they had broke, and I was like, oh, I gotta just replace the blade. You know, it saved me way more time to just do that versus complaining. So let's get into this video on basically how to just replace the blade. A lot of people kept asking me, how do you do it? How do you switch out the blade? How do you zero gap it? I'm gonna just go over all of that in this video. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So if you look to the very right of your trimmers, you can clearly see that it's chipped and some of the parts are missing. So if you really look close, you can see on the outside of the trimmers, that's your guide blade. That's the blade that's not cutting. The blade that's in the inside is your cutting blade. So essentially you want to make sure that that guard blade is actually replaced, because if you cut somebody's hair with the guard blade being gone, that leaves the cutting blade exposed to completely cut anything that's in its way. Really, the guard blade is the only thing that's stopping anybody from getting cut when you actually cutting somebody's hair with trimmers. So that's the reason why they have that blade there. So we're gonna just replace that, unscrew the screws. It's a real simple process, and from there we're gonna actually get our replacement blade. Also, I'd like to let you guys know that for the replacement blade, it actually comes with a cutting blade and a guard blade. It always comes with both of them. As you can clearly see, this is like my older one. I just want to show you guys also how to zero gap them. You see these two screws? Those two screws dictate how sharp you want your trimmers to actually become. The one at the bottom and the one at the top is pretty much placing exactly where you want your cutting blade to actually be positioned. Like, as you can see right now, I'm actually putting my screwdriver there and I'm moving it at 90 degrees. I didn't really twist it all the way completely loose, but just a little bit. And basically this is what it does. Here's my newer ones. You can see how it's shifted and I'm able to move it left and right. But also you can see that it's not going up at all or down at all, because that particular spot allows you to zero gap it as much as possible, or how high or how low you want it. So I'm about to zero gap these. I'm twisting it 90 degrees just a little bit, just to be able to loosen the little metal right there, the little rectangle metal right there, what I'm tapping from left to right. Yeah, exactly. That right there is what's going to dictate how sharp you're going to get these trimmers. You don't want it to be too loose, because you don't want to lose placement in the guards or in the cutting blade. So after you do that, all you have to do is just adjust it to how high or how low you want it to actually be. If you probably already seen my zero gap videos, you could pretty much zero gap it or make each blade lined up really close to one another by using a mirror, or you could like use the actual table, or you could flip a plate over and actually use the back of a plate to actually get it to the point that both of those blades are basically really close to being lined up. But of course, make sure that cutting blade is a little bit behind the guide blade, just to be safe. What I'm doing right here is just actually trying to push the cutting blade up just to see how high it will go, because I want to make sure that it don't go over that guard blade. So with the screws being tightened, I'm really just testing its limits and making sure that it don't go overboard. Once I'm finished with that, I'm ready to just go ahead and take my screws, get my screwdriver, and just screw it right back on. And right there, that's the really simple process of how to zero gap your Andis GTX Outliners. And that pretty much concludes the video. At this point, your trimmers are pretty much ready for them razor sharp lineups that everybody love to see and do. All you do is just screw the screws right back in there, make sure that they're nice and tight. And obviously, if the blade end up shifting in a different direction or changing at all you have to do is just go back to those same two little small screws. That's all you have to do. And then from there, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to Andre Classic Cuts, my YouTube channel, of course. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at ClassifyKeys. And definitely don't forget to follow me up on that gram, because I drop exclusive footage on the daily that I don't put on neither one of the other social medias. So definitely add me to all those.